Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duels. I do apologize ahead of time just because I was sick for the past week. I had like a sinus infection. I'm still kind of recovering from it. So if I cough, I apologize. I'll try to edit that out. But every time I talk for a long period of time, I just start coughing. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing great. I have some super amazing news about some updates that came up. I actually did not want to do a video without actually playing it. I'm not a big reader, so I don't usually read the emails or anything like that. As you can see, their notification's still there. I'll clear it at some point because it bothers me. But essentially, there's been two things that have been added since the last video I added. And essentially, now you can unlock Joey as your partner, and you can kind of unlock the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And you can unlock this new Super Mecha Overlord. Let's see if I can click here. But yeah, so the Red Eyes Black Dragon is the new deck. They also added a whole bunch of new abilities. But again, I didn't want to read it, so I just wanted to play. So I've already played a little bit to kind of understand what, I guess, the skill set for that specific deck is. And essentially, it's like a burn deck. I will go to say that I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of Joey. I love his accent. I love the Red Eyes Black Dragon. But I don't like the strategy behind it. It does have great tools, but a lot of the cards that it needs are like rare. Obviously the Red Eyes is gonna be an ultra rare. It can be your ace card, but you can also unlock My Valentine after you complete some of the story for Joey. But I do want to show you guys essentially what the cards do. Let's see. Let's see if I click here. While I'm trying to figure this out, guys, how have you been? Have you played with the Red Eyes Black Dragon? Are you trying to unlock it? Are you you don't know what it is? That's okay. It's not a big deal. If we go to, let's see the cards. Let's just go to the cards and I'll show you guys. Card catalog. I think that's the safest bet. All right. So with that said, let's take a look at the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Let's see, where is he at? Where is the Red Eyes Black Dragon here? Alright, so here it is. So his ability is Burn, or Blaze, sorry. I get it confused. Basically, when he's summoned, he blazes 1, which is ×2 actually, which is pretty crazy. So essentially, whatever he targets, it's going to deal 300 damage per, or 200 damage per instance of Blaze on that creature. Some abilities like the Time Wizard, for example, you'll see that it slows the opponent down or freezes it. Also, it may freeze it. You're really playing a defensive game with this. And as soon as you destroy the monster, which of course you're going to want to do because you don't want it to come to you or attack you, then that Blaze effect goes away. Like, Blaze really should be like a permanent ability. But then it will be, honestly, it will be too overpowered and everybody will be playing it. Because even if you destroy the monster, it's in the graveyard, and it still burns you from the graveyard, maybe it burns you for less, maybe it burns you for 100. I think they can do that, right? I think that would be a great tool. But essentially he has Blaze. That's just one of his abilities, but the master is, you blaze him ×3, so that's 600 damage on that creature, or 200, 200, 200 on each of the creatures. And then it slows them down, so obviously, they can't reach you as fast. They can't reach anything as fast. But I still have my concerns because as soon as you destroy the monster, it's just gonna be a waste. Now, you still have a powerful monster, but I don't know. Some of the other cards, actually, before I move to the other cards on that deck, the other one that was presented, that was unlocked on the newest update, was the Supreme Machine Magnum Overlord. Now, this ultimate ability, I think, is crazy. So he costs 4, I believe. No, I think he costs 10. Yeah, he costs 10. So it's probably going to be 3 sacrifices, which is fine. But you get a 3,500 attack point monster. Obviously the most that, I think that's the highest attack monster. But then his ability right here, you deal damage to all opponents equal to your placement in the duel ×200. If you guys are not familiar, if you haven't watched my other videos, essentially, you place 1 through 4th as the duel goes on, based on your amount of life points that you have. So even from behind, let's say you're 4th place, you're dealing 800 damage to each of your opponents. You play this sucker in defense mode. I don't know what's the defense. Oh, his defense is 0, so I guess not. But I don't know, like you maybe like some way to put him to where he's not going to be destroyed very easily, and you just deal 800 damage at least for the first time you're in 4th place, and then 600 to each of your opponents if you're in 3rd place. Like that to me is, I mean, even if you're in 1st place, you're dealing 200 extra damage to each of your opponents. I think this is actually going to be a really powerful card. One to keep your eye out on, but I haven't unlocked it, but I would love to have played with it. Another one, I guess, it wasn't really added, but we have the XYZ cannon, or XYZ dragon cannon. One of my favorite cards, actually. Basically, it takes 3 monsters to summon it. And then the monsters, he has the new keyword is storage. And then when this monster dies, you recover all 3 of those cards back to your hand. So that's actually pretty powerful, because you're sacrificing 3 creatures, but you're not really losing them, But when this dies, you're just gonna get them right back. So this is a very powerful one as well. Looking forward to pulling some of that. But yeah, so I wanted to make this video because these updates are pretty cool. I love that it was so fast too. I feel like I've only played this game for a month. It already has 2 new updates, new keyword abilities, all the swords. We have Baby Dragon, Time Wizard. Basically, you see, they're all SRs. And if you guys haven't seen my previous video, again, I'm referring that because I explained a little bit in there. The gacha part of this game, how you unlock cards, it's not the friendliest at all. It is not the friendliest way of you acquiring cards. But, at the end of the day, it's just a game. I play it for free. If you want to spend money, go for it. It's all up to you. If you have the money to spend on it, definitely worth it, in my opinion. I'd rather not. But I did say that on my videos, I want to start with doing the gacha. And I wanted to give you a tip, at least of how I perform the gachas. It's really like 2 sides of the same coin. But essentially, it takes 120, right? It takes 120 to do, right? So, for example, right now I have 231. Let's say I had 240. If I had 240, that means I could draw twice, right? So, instead of drawing twice, because it would give you the option to draw 2, I draw 1 at a time. The reason I do that is because if I were to miss on the first one, if I had done both, then I only get bad cards, right? I only get rares and uncommons. That's it. I have no other choice. There's no option for me to get a rare, as far as I know. Sorry, I was coughing. But if I do 1 at a time, I feel like I increase my odds. It's not really increasing your odds, guys. It's just kind of like, it's just what makes me feel better, right? So that's my suggestion to you. Unless you have like the 10 pull, and even the 10 pull, let's say you do 10 pull, and then you get a not rare or ultra rare card. Literally all 10 cards are gonna be just rares and uncommons. And that's, I don't know, that to me is a bad feeling. I'd rather do 10 different pulls. But anyways, guys, this is a shorter video. I will bring more gameplay on the next one, but I did want to, talk to you guys about that. Let's go ahead and pull that and see what we get this time. I don't know why I left that screen. Got ahead of myself. But let's see. So we're going to draw here. Yep, we're going to draw it. Yep. All right. If you haven't seen the gacha, I guess this is another opportunity. The top ones usually are just commons and rare. But you see spins. There's no pattern to this, guys. There's no pattern for you to guess. And once you see it on the screen, you're already not going to get it. So you have to like tap the screen before it comes out. Like you're just guessing. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, I didn't get anything. And I wasn't going to get anything. But if I had done 10 pull, they all would have been like this. I do like drawing the sheep, the ram, I guess. Sheep, ram, whatever you want to call it. Because if you get multiples of those, then of course you can level it up a little bit more. Yeah, so it's definitely good, and I use that card a lot. It's like one of the most used cards here. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys in the next one with some gameplay.